Edeku dédé àsìkò yìí. Hey guys, it's Adirunke again, and today I want to briefly talk about the connection between the computer, the internet, and Ifa. So, when you go to google.com or bing.com or Internet Explorer or wherever that you go to do your search, you're basically trying to seek answers, right? So you're basically divining. Using the internet is basically like a modern form of divination that somehow has been handed to everyone, that everyone can use. So it's divination basically, and it all stems from if you even look at the structure of the internet and how the internet works, how the computers work, you would see the connection. So I'm going to go right into the video. What is the similarity between the internet and Ifa? Let's start from there. So let's start from the monitor or the screen that you see when you're browsing or when you're using the internet. The Okmoida, which is the divination tray, can be likened to the monitor. It's on that surface that you get your answers. So the Okmoida can be likened to the monitor. You can see a picture of a man drawing lines there and divining. That's the tray, that's the monitor, that's where the answers come up on, basically. So that's that. The tapping instrument, which is the ìròkè, can be likened to the mouse. So I would look for a video, if I can find one, of a person divining so that I can add it to the end of this video and you can see how it is used. But the ìròkè, if you already know about Ifa and the divination system, you would understand what I'm saying better. The way the ìròkè is tapped against the Okmoida, or just used during divination, can be likened to how the mouse works. ìròkè. We have the Ajere Ifa. Ajere Ifa is like an antivirus. It's the incense bowl or incense holder. So you put your incense. You don't always have to have the Ajere around, and many times you don't often have to have an antivirus installed in your computer. It just depends on the kind of sites that you're visiting or whatever. So the Ajere bowl can be likened to the antivirus. Then we have the ìkín. They're the sacred palm nuts, and they can be likened to the Wi-Fi that you would use when you want to browse. So you can see how the Wi-Fi symbol looks, and look at it, somehow looks like the palm tree that the nuts are gotten from. So I thought that was pretty interesting when I was looking at it. The ìkín is the Wi-Fi, and then we have the Agere Ifa. Agere Ifa is the sacred palm nuts holder or the cup. If you turn cup around, if you rearrange the letters, you could get CPU. So it can be likened to the CPU. It's the one that holds the modem or the processes the Wi-Fi. Basically it's the one that you put the ìkín in, the sacred palm nuts in. They're like a cup. So it's not exactly like the CPU. The CPU might serve more functions or whatever, but the CPU's function when you're browsing is basically to hold the modem or hold whatever you're browsing with or process it. So you could liken it to the Agere Ifa. And then we have the ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ or ìréré, and you could liken those to the data. Sometimes when you don't have the ìkín, the Wi-Fi, you could use data. So sometimes when you don't have ìkín, you could use ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀ or ìréré. And then we have the ìyẹ̀rẹ̀. Again, the picture of the man divining. The ìyẹ̀rẹ̀ is the camwood divination powder created by termites. So termites bite the igi osun, the osun tree, and they form the ìyẹ̀rẹ̀. Some people call it ìyẹ̀rẹ̀. It's just a combination of both words. I would talk about that, about the Yoruba system of combining words, especially when the last letter of the first word and the first letter of the second word are both vowels. Ierosun can be likened to the keyboard. And then we have the Irukerefa. So they would offer, it's a fly whisk. So you could liken it to whatever you use to clear the cookies and just clear the hair. Basically, just drive negative energy away type thing. You can also use the antivirus as well. That's why I said you don't always have to have an antivirus. If you clear your cookies, your browser would be, and you clear your browsing data and just wipe away all the rubbish, your browsing whatever would be good as new. So that's that. Even the computer and the internet and a lot of modern day electronics owe their development to Ifa, to old divination systems. Ifa is mathematical in nature, so the internet and the computer are basically basically framed in the way that the Odu Ifas are. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm going to read the write-up that I found on African Creation Energy. It's a blog. So the Ifa divination system, which originated in West Africa, utilizes a system of binary mathematics to retrieve answers to life questions and solutions to life's problems from a book of knowledge called the Odus of Ifa. There are 16 major Odus of Ifa, or books of knowledge, and within each book is contained 16 chapters for a total of 256 chapters believed to reference all situations, circumstances, actions, and consequences in life. Orunmila, the Orisha of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, is the Orisha associated with the Ifa divination system and is identified as the Grand Priest of Ifa. Performing Ifa divination is done by a priest or mathematician called a Babalawo. The system of binary mathematics used by the Babalawo to select one of the Odus of Ifa occur in this fashion. The Babalawo may use a divining chain called an Okpele, on which there are 8 cowrie shells. The 8 cowrie shells on the Okpele chain are used as an 8-bit random number generator. In computer science, 8 bits or binary digits is called a byte. The open side of a cowrie shell on the Okpele chain corresponds to binary digits of 1, and the closed side of a cowrie shell on the Okpele chain corresponds to a binary digit of 0. In binary mathematics and computer science, there are 2 to the power of 8 equals 256 different possible values that can be represented by 8 bits or 1 byte. To randomly select one of the 256 values, the Babalawo throws the Okpele chain in the air, allowing the 8 cowrie shells are able to spin freely on the Okpele chain. When the Okpele chain lands on the ground, each cowrie shell on the Okpele chain would have landed with either the open side facing up, indicating a binary 1, or the closed side facing up, indicating a binary 0. The Babalawo then writes the 8-bit binary number indicated on the Okpele chain in 2 4-bit columns on a wooden divination tree called Opoifa, and then proceeds to read from the corresponding book. So it's a lot of information. I would put some links that were referred to me by Alagba Jim Thomas in the comment section so that you can just read these things up. Even the internet and the computers and whatever, they owe their growth or their existence to the Ifa divination system. I mean, nobody's going to tell you this, but that's the fact.
Lábọ̀ Balógun Àsọ̀dáyọ̀ ọgbọ́n tí ní gbogbo ẹ̀sọ́ báyọ̀ ní àìfá ìyàbọ̀ ní àtọ́wá ní ìfà kórí o nígbà àwọn fọrí wọ́n sì kà fọrí wàhálà òkú ìta tẹ́tọ́ bí màá dáwọn ní kọjá mọ́ fi sùn pèsè mọ́ fi sùn pèsè o ìdọ́gbọ̀n àwọn ẹni kọjá ọ̀ nílà kó dákúndábọ̀ àdọ́gbọ̀ lórí fáfá àníkó orí náà ni ọ̀ nílà kó dákúndábọ̀ kò fìdí mú kó fìdí kún kó fìdí gba tó sókùnkùn bẹ́ẹ̀ fapọ̀ tàmọ́lẹ̀ sí èjì mọ́lẹ̀ tí wà ń bẹ́ bí òṣèlú sókùnkùn náà ló gbé ọ̀fà kalẹ̀ sí àtiwájú àtẹ̀yìn gbogbo èròǹgbà rẹ̀ tó kò ló ọ̀fà lọ́wọ́ òun náà sì ni atọ́nisọ́nà kọ́ atọ́sọ́nà gbogbo ní kọ́ gàtẹ́ fún gbàlájé láyọ̀ ọlọ́mọ nínú gbogbo onígbèga onírọ̀ láìkú bá yọ̀rọ̀ ní ẹjọ́ gàtẹ́ fún owó àdúgbò rẹ̀ náà rí o kọ́mọ òwò tì fún àláàfíà tì kádùá lọ gbà kọba ní ṣe fá òfìdí náà nílà òfìdí fún ìbá òfìdí gba kọba ní ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ nílà ìjọba ọba ní ṣe òfa olókùn àtẹ̀dá iwájú ọkùn báyìí ní ṣe o ẹ̀yìn ọpọ́n eré ní olùmúlọ́tún ọkàn lọ́wọ́ òsì àárín ọkùn báyìí ìta ohun ilẹ̀ ọgbọ́ ojúbúrẹ́ àbẹ̀ní àjẹ́ ní òré ìbàrẹ̀ bàtí ọjọ́ ìbàtí ọgbà kùtù àwọ̀ òwúrọ̀ ìgbà yá mi o ìgbà bá mi ìgbà lásìkò báyọ̀ ìtẹ́kọ̀ àníjọ́ ìtẹ́kọ̀ àbíkalẹ̀ wọn ni ẹ̀jẹ̀kọ́ ńlọ́ka rẹ̀ bọ ní gíga ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀la lóṣù lẹ́nu tí àwọn ká mọ̀ sí ẹ̀jọ́ tí wàá ṣe ìgbẹ́ ẹjọ́ gàtọ̀ ńlá ìṣẹ̀lá ní sí o ewu ọ̀wọ̀ ọwọ́ lọ̀tún ọlọ́mọdé lò tó lu kí fáti bá lò kọ́ ọmọ lò ní sàn ewu ọ̀wọ̀ ọwọ́ lòsì ọmọdé lò tó lu kí fáti bá lò kọ́ ọmọ lò ní sàn mẹ́lẹ́gbẹ̀rẹ̀ bá lò papọ̀ òrùpa àgbà bá pa àròyọ́ para fàmùfẹ́tà ní dànù ìdákùndákùn tó bá rí mẹ́fà kò rí ọ̀run nílà ìjànà. àwọn ìfáànà dé o.
àdáṣe bàbá.
ìfáànà dé wọn ní kọ́ ṣe bí tàdá ní ṣe ló tù fẹ̀ fátàdà dá nàìjíríà ẹ̀jẹ̀dínlógún ẹjọ́ ọ̀tún ẹ̀jọ́ òsì ẹ̀jẹ̀dínlógún orílẹ̀ fún lé mẹ́fà tó bá rí orí ọ̀run náà.
àjìtẹ́ ìbà.
ìlàwó tẹ̀ tó tẹ̀ pọ́n. ọjọ́ ifá ìlàwó tẹ̀ ló tẹ pé ìlú àparun ìkan wọn parun ìlú àkúnnà wọn parun. ẹ̀ta ojú tẹ̀ ọwọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀. ọjà ifá àtúntò ń tàná tó bá wí àlọ́kọ́ bá lọ sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. ọ̀fun kan rò ọ̀fun wọ̀nyí ọ̀fun sàyán ọgbọ̀n yẹn jẹ́ ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀fun sàyán ìlú lọ wá wá o ó ní kan ní àbọ̀ ìlú yìí ṣe lórí. Fágbémilékè ni àbí Fágbémilékè àlábọ̀ oríṣi owó kárólì orí kan.
If you have further questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. If I can find answers to them, I will lead you to them. But I just want you to be a bit more observant and a bit more appreciative of your culture and your heritage, you know. So with that being said, I hope you have a lovely weekend and I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself and bye-bye.